Welcome back. Welcome back to the Mike Check Show. Today, we have a Phillies faithful. Woo! We're diving into his career, some stories of the one and only. Scratch that. A player whose impact stretched far beyond the box score. Please welcome, y'all. Please welcome Jason Michaels. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on, Mike.
No problem. No problem. Now, the way I like to start off my pod, right, is asking rapid fire questions, right? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You sure?
Yeah.
Toughest
But
pitcher you ever face?
John Smoltz.
You kidding me?
Hmm.
Are you serious?
Well, he's one of them. I mean, there's some
Holy cow.
plenty good pitchers.
Okay, now let me ask you this. What
Hmm.
got you? What pitch?
So his slider, he had two different sliders. He had a slider that's kind of like here's my high school slider, and then he had one that looked like a ping pong, and it just moved. Like it moved away.
Really?
Like I couldn't see the seams. I was like, I don't like that. But I faced them both. I faced him as a starter and as a closer.
Okay.
I didn't think that he, the way I'm going to say it here doesn't. It's not the way I'm meaning it, but I didn't
Okay.
think he was a tough at bat, or I wasn't nervous because I knew I was going to get a 97-mile-an-hour fastball
Oh yeah.
away first pitch. And if it was just off and I couldn't pull the trigger, most likely be called a strike, maybe. And then I'm like, uh-oh, you know. So, but no, I actually had decent numbers off him. But there was a lot of good pitchers that
But
I
he's
picked
one
up.
of them.
Yeah, he's one of them.
Okay. He's top one.
He's top, yeah, three.
Okay. Gotcha. Favorite ballpark to hit
Uh,
in besides Citizens Bank Park.
yes, which is a good spot. But I've always thought Baltimore, Camden Yards or Oriole
Why
Park,
everyone says that? Wow.
just a great feel. And they end up moving the fences back.
Yeah, they did. Yep.
And I don't know, just something about that feel. Yeah, that look. There's that one, and well, I don't know what it's called now, but U.S. Cellular, which was the White Sox. I just always hit well there. I don't know, something about it. Um, I don't know.
I thought you was going to say Yankee Stadium.
That was another, both old and new are good places, but it's not as favorable to the right-handed hitter, at
Yeah,
both
yeah, yeah.
spots. But
Mostly
that
to
was,
the left hand hitter, right?
yeah, yeah,
The shorter.
yes, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Best teammate. Well, best prankster. How about that?
Best prankster. Oh man, let's see here. I got there was a guy named Tyler Houston, and I was young, and he was one of the older players. And we had pranks. If you pointed at somebody with one finger, you get hit because that's like it was like a sign of disrespect. I have no idea. I just had to follow the rules. So when you pointed, you had to use two fingers to point. If you said "huh" or "what" instead of "pardon me," "excuse me," you got hit. So little things like that. Just taking
Oh
advantage.
man. One at bat you wish you could relive.
What that I could relive would be my walk-off home run.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
remember
when
that.
I was with in 2008 when I was with the Pirates, we gosh, at the time, I think it was top 12 in Pirates history. We came back nine from a 9-4. The Cardinals were beating us 9-4. I even came in at the ninth inning and then walked it off in the 11th. And we were down 9-4. It was just a crazy game. So that was awesome.
Okay. Most, let me see. Most underrated player you've ever played with.
Ooh, I mean, I tell you what, most underrated player. Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. I mean, because I played with a lot of guys. I don't know if uh, underrated. Ricky Leday was really good. He was a former.
Ooh.
I think he got kind of, I don't, something happened with the Yankees and Jeter and stuff like that. Nothing to do with like Jeter, not personally. I think it was when Jeter was kind of coming up or something. I don't know what happened, but wow, what a great player.
Oh
Quiet,
yeah.
didn't talk, but just incredible player.
Now the last one.
Hmm.
Best Phillies clubhouse memory. Give
PG
us
rated.
give us one, Jason.
Get PG rated. Oh
No,
man.
not PG. Let's go all out.
Oh, best Phillies clubhouse. You know, I learned a lot about the game. So when I first came up, and this is going to be my story or part of the story here, but my first 4 years in the big leagues were in Philly.
Yep.
So 2 years at Vet Stadium, at Veterans Stadium, and then we opened up Citizens Bank Park in 2004. So 2002 basically. 2001 was my first cup of coffee, but those first 4 years in Philly, I think I learned more about the game than anything because that's right before like cell phones really got going and picture phones.
That's right.
And we would, after the game, I was single, I wasn't married or anything, not even a girlfriend. And we would sit around after the game and talk about the game. Since I was a young guy, I just kept my mouth shut. Like, hey, anybody need a beer? Basically, I'm the rook, so I'm the beer bitch. And just sat around and listened to the guys talk about the games, the veterans talk about the games. And I just sat there and I just soaked it all in. And you had to be invited and I just like what I feel like every young person that comes up is shut your mouth, play hard,
Yeah.
earn your respect in this game.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. In the
it's
league.
that
Yeah.
was the way I was taught. So it's hard for me to say that because of those memories right there, of just how much that I learned about the game. Then I end up getting traded and going to different teams, and then the cell phones become in, and then you start to having iPads, and guys started to not really talk about the game as much as I felt like that we should. Um, it just is what it is. Some guys have families, some guys don't.
Right.
Some guys drink, some
Now,
guys don't.
now for you, that actually worked out because you said he was single. So you move
Yes.
into, you getting traded to a different team didn't
Hmm.
really, right, hurt you in any way.
No, not really.
What
As,
about now,
as far
Jason? Are you
as far
single? Are you taken? Are
no,
you married?
I am married, happily
Amen.
married. Yeah.
How many
And
kids, Jason?
I have 3 kids.
Oh, you beat me.
Three
Yeah.
kids, and I'm done. I made sure of it too, but I got 3 wonderful kids. Yeah. Oh,
Snip.
that's all. Well, twice. I've been snipped, reversed, and then snipped again. Yeah.
Wow.
There you
Did you
go.
have to pay out of pocket?
Yeah. Yeah. That's not insurance or anything like that. But I mean, like to get snipped, and everybody's talking about how nervous, and I've been the same thing I was, but I was like, wait a minute, guys, that's nothing compared to getting reversed, and
Wait, is it more? Well, first of all,
definitely more.
is it painful
It's
or just bothersome?
it's not necessarily. It's just like sensitive, and it's in an area you're just like, oh
Gotcha,
man,
gotcha.
what
Okay,
is
okay.
happening right here? I think there was. It felt like he did something, and it felt like a rubber band
Oh
snapped,
no. Oh no.
and you're just. But that was like
Yeah, I'd
that.
rather keep
And
mine, Jason.
smoke. You see some smoke coming up because they had to cauterize, something, and I'm like, holy crap.
No, I'd rather keep mine.
But so yes, I've been cut or I've been snipped, put it back together, and snipped again.
Now you see, here's the thing, right? I spoke to, well, I've spoken to so many. I can't even. I mean, I've spoken to Kenny Lofton.
Yeah, teammate,
Uh,
former
oh
teammate.
man, just so many, so many. And I thank God, but Kenny said, I asked him a question. I said, hey, because I think at the time, and Placido Polanco too, right?
Another teammate.
He's amazing,
Yeah. Oh man.
man, and not because he's Latino, Hispanic, because I've met. listen, I've met I was just on I just did a pod with can't I'm sorry I
Mhm.
forgot your name, brother. Kevin Euclid, right?
Yeah.
Right? Right before we got on.
Hmm.
Cool brother, right? Super like down to earth. But Kenny said something that really stood out, right? And at least for me, um there's similarities into what I did and what you did, right? For a career, meaning you're always on the road, right? You're getting a lot of money, right?
Hmm.
I mean, you're not. I don't want to count your pockets here, Jason, but I'm sure you was getting nice little change, right?
I
Every
mean, even major league minimum was outstanding.
absolutely, and now it's even worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it's what who said it? Oh, Placido, because he plays. I think he is is he a coach? I think he coaches or he's like a player development for the Dodgers.
Is
And
he?
he said
Oh, okay.
vet minimum. No, I'm sorry, not vet min. Minimum is 950 now. I think he
Yeah.
said
Shit, that's not
that's a
hard to do.
lot,
Yeah.
right? At the time, right when I decided to take, when I just started to, make music,
Hmm.
I wasn't making that much, right? But I was making a lot, right? Meaning, you know, I'm talking 90. Well, I started 98. I started seeing some type of money funds in like 2005, and I was
Hmm.
seeing about 2-3 thousand a week at that time, so that was a lot, right? Granted, I wasn't Frank Sinatra, making 100,000 a week, but to me that was a lot. And going back to what I was saying before, he said it's sucked for a lot of players because getting, let's say someone playing for the Yankees, and then the following day he hears this, he hears from his agent, hey, you're getting traded to
Yeah.
St. Louis. Now you have to, that player is so stressed out that he doesn't even know how to communicate with his wife or his fiance, right? Oh, pack up and go. And you're very fortunate, Jason. That's amazing. You know,
Okay.
when did like you decide to get married? I mean, like in your
Well,
older.
I'm on my second marriage. My
Okay.
first one,
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I met in Philly, and then we got married a few years later. But I was shit, was I 29? I got married, and I mean I don't regret anything, about decisions that I made. I'm, if I look back and I'm like, you know what, Jeter did it right. He played his career, he focused because there's a lot, you need a lot of help, and then he settled down after his career was over. And if
I
I
mean,
had
he
to do
was
it again,
he
if
was
I had to
doing
do
his
it
thing.
again, yeah, that's what I would do. I would settle down. I mean, technically I was done playing at 36. So I still have my whole life ahead of
Oh,
me,
that's a great age. Wow.
and so and that was kind of the older now, like these guys now are just, they're younger, and they're getting out of the game younger as well too.
How do you,
So
Jason? How do you? And I'm sorry to cut you off. How do you
no,
feel
go
about
ahead.
players making, let's say, Otani making 750 over 10 years? How do you feel about that? Because I asked a lot of,
You
and this
know,
is what they say.
yeah,
Some of them say, I'm happy, I'm very happy. And some say, minority say, oh, we paved the way. Now, a listener can probably take that, right? They could
yeah.
either say, oh, this guy is sour, right? He's upset, right? He's jealous, he's envious, or
Hmm.
whatever the case may be. How does Jason takes?
Hey, I mean, I think it's somewhat ridiculous, but I'm happy for them. I'm happy for all these guys. I mean, and they talk about, hey, that was the older. I mean, I owe everything to the older generation.
That's right. Yeah,
And, that's the respect that
that's
they
right.
paved the way, and that's what the market is. I mean, I don't think you can't be mad at the players. I mean, it's the market that does it, and the owners pay it. And
Well, I mean, if you, yeah, you can't be mad at the player. I mean,
You know.
honestly, you'll be mad at the talent, right? Not the player, because the player can be
Oh,
an a hole, and I mean that's normal for you to like for you not to like someone that's an a hole, right? But I think it's the talent. And Otani, man, Otani 750 and 10, like whoa, that's
it tip the cap.
every 2 weeks. How much you seeing every 2 weeks, Jason?
Well, no, well, remember he's got it all deferred. He was just making 2 million. He was getting 68 million
You're
per year
absolutely right.
deferred. So, which is a it's a risk on his part too, but shit, that makes the team better. I mean, they're able to go out and get people, but that's I thought Soto was going to yeah, what did Soto get?
He's around the same, but he sucked.
Yeah.
And I'm a Yankee
You know
fan.
what? He had a quiet, good season, though. I mean, the numbers were there at the end. I think or I'm assuming that you're a Mets fan.
I'm a Yankee fan, but
You're
he played for the Yankees. I'm a New York. When it comes to baseball, I'm a New York fan,
just New
right?
York. Yeah.
Yeah, just but I'm
Good,
truly a Yankee fan. But
good.
I listen. If the Mets are in the World Series against whoever, right? I'm rooting for
Mhm.
the Mets, right? Obviously, but I I, I
I
just
hate
think
I hate all the way that it went down. I thought he was a better fit on the Yankees,
absolutely,
and there's got to be some stuff behind the scenes that we're just not seeing, and people are gonna talk. I mean, unless we're actually in the room and hear actually what's going on, we don't know. I mean, I'm a fan of him. I like the way he goes about his at bats. I think you can't find anybody. I mean, I learned a lot from him that I talk to my players. I do private lessons now, private training
yeah,
down here
yeah,
in Tampa. And one of the things that I talk about is, man, you got to believe that you're the best motherfucker in that box.
that's right.
That's what I mean. Was doing it at 19 years old, and he didn't give a shit who was on the mound. I said, that's how you got to approach it.
Yeah, he
Bottom line,
showed no fear
right?
for whatever
And,
reason. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Being that young and showing no fear says a lot,
I think
right?
I think he's going to have a monster season next year. I really do. And it's
I hope
get
so.
New York is tough, man. That's a tough place to play. Not everybody can play there, and maybe it needs, going from the Yankees to the Mets with all the shit that was happening,
Yeah,
surrounding that, and his what he signed for and all that stuff. Maybe to get a year under him, and I mean, to me on the veteran side, I'm like, I hope he acts like a veteran and more of a leader, and maybe he does, maybe I don't. I mean, just from what I see from the side,
yeah.
I'd like for him to step up and be more of a leader. I mean,
Well, you're rooting for.
I'm rooting for just good play.
Okay,
Bottom line. Bottom line. I mean, the
okay.
only time I really watch a game is in the playoffs, but yeah, I can probably get through about 2 innings of a regular season game, and I get pissed.
Everyone says that.
Yeah, it's
So
just
you're
tough.
not the first.
No,
Everyone says that. And it's just, do you guys speak to each other? Like everyone says that. And I'm like, how? Why? Like, I mean, it's just, I find it's just amazing. Who were you rooting for? LA or Toronto?
either. Be honest with you, I wanted to get for it to go 7 games. Be honest with you, and I
Okay.
thought that it was a
And they
great
achieved it. Yeah.
series. Yeah, it was a great series, and
I wanted Vlad to win.
man, he had a hell of a series.
I
I mean,
wanted Vladdy to win so bad.
that
And he
was
deserved it.
yeah, that was. I mean, I played against his dad.
Yeah.
Oh man, this guy was. His dad was a unique freak. I tell you right now, unique freak. We would go out in left field when we went up to Montreal to play. Like we would go out left field and the Expos would have batting practice, but we would go out to left field and throw. But when Vlad hit, you had to turn. Some of the times you can throw, as they're hitting, but not with Vlad. He hit the ball so freaking hard. And plus
And
it
he
was
had an arm too.
yeah, I mean it was just fun to
Massive arm.
watch. And
You know,
that's some
you know was one thing I like about him, Jason,
uh,
right? That
you're talking
that
about the junior. You're talking about the
no,
kid.
no,
Oh,
the dad,
senior.
right? He made so much money. I mean, he made about what 250 or something like that, if I'm not
Right.
mistaken, possibly more. right? With endorsements and all that. And if you go on his social media now, this guy is so humble. And I'm like, wow, like he's walking around with a shirt with holes on it. I can't, I'm just, wow. I'm like, dude. And I think, and here's the thing, right? I can understand to a certain degree, right? Because I mean, I went to school, I went to high school. I'm sorry, not high school, junior high school with
Mhm.
holes in my sneakers. So I kind of know, right? Maybe he's he went through that, humbling experience
Mhm.
and but man, Jason, at times you're like, bro, like, come on, change your shirt, brother. Like,
Yeah.
jeez.
Like have a little bit of professionalism, a little bit,
Right.
but
I
I
kid you
thought
not,
that
Jason. I can send you a picture right now. And he's wearing like these beat up sandals. And I'm like, wow. I mean, I get it. I get it 1000%. And thumbs up, much love and respect to Vlad, right? But damn, you know,
I
Jason.
love, I saw him during the series and waiting for his son after the game, and his son was taking pictures, and I think it was a loss. And dad was pissed off at him, like, what are you doing? Let's go. We don't,
Yeah,
we lost, you lost, move on. Come on. Yeah, get your ass out of here and go. And, the pictures will be there later on. This is
absolutely.
whatever. So I
Absolutely.
I appreciated the old school way about it. I mean, that's the way I was brought up. It's not the way that it is now. And I don't know what the future holds, for the sport. I know there's been a lot of changes going on with some of the rules, which I don't know if any ex-player really likes a lot of these rules
You're absolutely right.
that are going on. But I mean, we could bitch and moan about it. That's about it, and
Would you
uh,
ever would you ever get into like coaching?
so like I do my private coaching here in Tampa, and I was asked by a former teammate of mine that if he got the job to a certain team, that he wanted me to be on the major league staff with him.
That's a
So
good friend.
he didn't end up getting the job, but it was awesome to be considered, and I said, hey man, I
That's
appreciate
right.
it. I told my wife, I said, I don't know if it would work, because of what we got going on here, but it was just awesome to be considered, to be on the staff.
Hell of a friend right there.
Mm.
Shout out to
It'd be
him.
tough.
Well,
I could. It would be tough to go in the minor leagues. It'd be tough to play for an or to coach for an organization now. It's
because of
different.
what you have going on.
Well, aside from that,
Okay.
I think it's tough that you're pretty much on a 1-year contract, in the minor leagues, and it's just different. There's a lot of analytics, a lot of data that's going on, and it's I don't know. There's not many ex-players, ex-big league players that are being asked to come back or that want to come back
Right.
because of what's going on. The guys in the front office, they're hiring a lot more analytical guys, data guys, math guys that are very, very smart.
Yeah.
And that's the gripe that I have. And I know I'm not the only one of the ex players.
No, you're right.
And it's
You're right. I can attest to
frustrating on
that.
this thing because I honestly believe that the hitters and pitchers are better than what they're showing out there. To be honest with you. There was one hitter that was in the National League that hit over 300 this past season. And that's absolutely terrible. And
Yeah.
I just think
Wow.
they're making these hitters one dimensional, meaning you only hit a home run and that's it. Well, not everybody's a freaking home run hitter. And I can go all day about this.
Well, not everyone has. Well, you being the ex
Mm,
player here, does it take power, strength to knock that ball out the park,
no,
or it's just position?
no, it's just timing.
Timing.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's timing, and you hit the ball in the barrel, you're going to hit the ball hard. I don't care what size you are, you're going to hit the ball hard. Yeah, you're Aaron Judge. He's a little bit different. He doesn't have that freaking home run that he hit in that series. Oh shit, that playoff series. I think that was their last series, and it was up and in, and he hit a freaking
Oh
home.
yeah.
And I mean, I
Long
threw.
gone, Junior.
I was just like that was one of the most amazing things that I've saw because it's such a hard pitch to hit. I'm like, how in the hell did he hit that? But and he didn't even hit it on the barrel, but yet he's strong enough that he's able to get it out. Now,
That's
yes.
that's what I meant. Like based off of that, what you just mentioned, does it take strength and power?
Well, I mean, having size does help, but
Okay.
you know, and I tell my hitters now, I say, guys, again, remember, 75% of the power comes from the pitcher. The other 25 is from me, is the
Really?
force I have on the ground
Holy
with
cow.
my base and my
Your swing?
timing. I can hit the ball
Okay.
in the barrel, I'm gonna hit the ball hard. And it's everybody can hit a home run. I mean, they say Ichiro was that he could win any home run derby contest, but that wasn't the kind of hitter that he wanted to be. If he needed to hit a home run or whatever, if he wanted to, is fine. But he's getting hits, getting on base, stealing bases and getting runs in, and letting the big boys behind him go for it. I mean,
Wait,
that's
does someone actually say that?
yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
And right,
Okay.
and it was surprising when I first heard it, and this was when I was playing. I was like, wow. I said that's really freaking pretty good.
Holy cow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he was just like, that's not the kind of player that he is. I mean, like I can, but he wanted to get on base, steal bases, score runs, get hits, the way a leadoff hitter should be. I played, Jimmy Rollins was my
Yeah. Hell of a player.
leadoff hitter. I mean, a great player. I mean, he's borderline Hall of Fame,
He
you
should
know,
be. Yeah.
in my opinion. And I think at times, and I love Jimmy, and at times he would get too big as far as in trying to do too much from a leadoff spot.
I see what you're saying now.
You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? And
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not trying to knock him. Like he honestly, because of his size, you would see him at the top of the order, at the bottom of the order, but he actually could be a three-hole hitter. He could be in the middle of the order hitter if he want. He
Jimmy,
would,
you think so?
yeah. He had that. He was that good that he could.
Hmm.
Um, but he was, yeah, what a great player. So let's see, when Juan Pierre was with the
Ooh.
Marlins, he had him, and he was awesome, man. He was just like your prototypical leadoff hitter, and that's what I'm saying. That the game has changed now. Where at times, I mean, Judge is what let off, right?
Yep.
I don't mind that. I don't. I like him in the two hole, in the two hole, but everybody's got all these stats and this and blah blah blah. You're like, whatever. I mean, sometimes a player is just not comfortable where he's hitting. Not to say that he's a bad hitter. I'm like, well, there's different. It's just different things. I mean, Judge is a he is a like a multi-dimensional hitter. He to me he's a
Yeah.
complete because you're
Yeah.
hitting for average, for power. He can't steal a base if he needed to, probably. Hell, he only needs about 5 steps with those long legs. Um, but he's going to have a high average, high home runs, high RBIs. That to me is a complete hitter. But that's really it. I mean, you got him, you maybe Otani,
Who
maybe. I'm trying to think who else.
who is your favorite?
Soto should
Who
be a complete hitter.
who is your GOAT? Ask Royce Clayton, right?
Well, oh, the best player that I've seen. Well, there's so with Barry Bonds.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
I was gonna ask you, can I tell you? And he said Barry Bonds.
and then right-handed hitter probably Albert Pujols. I mean, just too outstanding. It was fun to compete against them, but it was also fun to see them, and watch them and say, man, I'm telling you, I mean, Bonds is borderline probably one of the best players ever. I mean, he probably is, probably top five, I mean, he's just incredible.
I think he's one, and I'm just giving you my list, right, Jason?
Hmm. Hmm.
And please let me know if you have to go because I know you know we
Hmm.
had a certain time frame timeline, right? To me, he's one. Uh, believe it or not, I think it's just personal choice, right? A Rod is two for
He's a,
me. And Pujols is three. I like A Rod. A Rod is well, he was a monster,
absolutely.
unstoppable,
I'm right with you. I mean, some of those freaking numbers he's put up, I'm like, holy shit.
unstoppable. Now, Jason, take us back to your earliest baseball memories. When did you know this was going to be more than a hobby?
I've always had dreams, kind of like everybody does, and
Right, right.
in this particular case, I wanted to be a baseball player, but I never really set a goal to it. Meaning, what I mean is that I know my dad used to say, "Hey, man, set goal for this season. Set a goal for this season," and I would do it, and I'd forget about it. But the way I look back on it, like I was never really the best player on any of my teams. Maybe when I was up to about 11. Then after
Okay.
that, it was probably top three.
Which is
And
great, Jason.
yeah, no, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
well, I mean, getting up and then getting to the big leagues, but I'm just saying I was probably top three. And I stayed, I wanted to stay in the present and just win the day. Let me win today. I tried not to look to the future too much, like in goals and stuff like that. Not to say that they're bad.
Right.
And when I got up to the big leagues, I always imagined that I had to make the team every year, so that I stayed hungry and I wasn't satisfied. I mean, excuse me, I had a contract. I had a 2-year contract at one time, and even with that, I still felt like I had to make the team, and I felt like that kept me hungry and kept me not being satisfied. Um,
Where did that come from?
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know. It's just maybe I wasn't your prototypical 6'4", 6'5", power hitter. I was just consistent as hell. I really was. And that you put me in there, that I'm going to give you a good at bat. I'm going to give you a good game. I mean, um, and it's a lot of what I talked about my players today. I said, look, as a coach or even as a teammate, I want you to be consistent. I don't want you to sit there and just be all world at 1 second and then lose your shit for a month or 2 weeks or whatever. I'm like, no, I don't. Wait, I want to minimize those slumps that I'm in. And it's just a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster of emotions. It just wears your ass out, and it's tough. And I'm like, guys, I mean, you got to be cuckoo to play this game, to get out or to have these negative or fail,
Yeah,
seven
yeah.
and 10 times, and you're considered, good. I said, you got to be cuckoo to play this game. You got to be nuts, and there's not that many people. There's what, 780 major leaguers per year, and it's turned out to be an international sport. And what have we got? 7 billion in the world. I mean, I know that's not fair to really go out of, but what, 340 million in the United States, North America? I don't know. It
It's
just,
it's actually tough to make it to the majors.
yeah. Well,
I've heard it from a
so
lot of people.
when when you get drafted and you get into the minors, they always say, I mean, and just the lack of better words, it's like it's easy to get to the big leagues, but it's hard to stay there. Because somebody's always
Gotcha.
gunning for your job. Somebody's always gunning for your job.
Gotcha. Makes
As
sense.
with
Yep.
anything, I would assume, with any
Yeah. Any 9 to 5.
profession. Yeah.
Yeah. Makes
And
sense. Okay.
um,
Did you have anyone like that? Anyone that was trying to, gun for your job?
oh yeah. I mean, plenty. And I think what helped me was me staying consistent. And I wasn't a flashy player. You know what you're going to get with me. I'm going to be a good teammate, do whatever it takes to win, and show up the next
Consistent.
day ready to go.
Staying consistent. Yeah. Wow.
And
That's
that's what I
great.
want as a coach and as a teammate. Like, I want you to be consistent. But if you're going to be good for a week and then horse shit for 2 weeks, like it sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, so I that's what I try to preach to a lot of my players.
Now it's called the big league approach, right?
Yes. Hmm.
And it's you and
So yeah,
uh
I have
someone else, right?
yeah, so I have another ex major league pitcher named Mark Valdez,
Okay.
and I do the hitting and the fielding, and he does the pitching, and it's all. But just love what I do. I mean, this is I want to be able to help kids get to their next level. I'm never ever going to say to a 10-year-old or a 14-year-old like, "Hey, you're going to be the next major leaguer." I'm never going to say that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not fair to him. Get to your next level. If you're on JV, I need you to let's make varsity. You're on varsity. Let's make the college. Get to college and to
So
try to keep it in
is
perspective.
that the age range that you
Yeah, I mean,
work
I'm
with?
typically, I'll have some young kids. I mean, I'll mix in some 8 and 9 year olds, but typically 12. Yeah,
Okay.
and I've gone all the way up to 58. I've had a
Wow,
couple
really?
50-year-olds, and it was awesome. Like guys that just want to come in and they love the game and they want to,
Get a
come in and
nice little
hit. And
workout.
yeah, I mean, they leave sweating, and I enjoy it. Because they're just coming in ready to learn and just seeking anything they can do. I have one guy that wants to be or to play there's like adult leagues baseball here, and it's
Hardball or softball?
no baseball.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, adult leagues. I mean, like they'll have 35 and over, they'll have 40 and over, 45 and over, and these guys get after it, and it's just that's like love of the game. That's really like
Oh
love of
yeah.
just enjoy
Yeah.
being around that. Yeah.
People, yeah. A lot of people, well, I'm 40 years old, so
Mm.
a lot of people my age enjoy, a little competition, right? Uh, yeah, working
I've been
out.
asked, and I've been asked quite a few times to come play. I go, I want no part. I've made my quota of outs. I'm done. Now I just want, I'll coach you guys. I am done. So
I can see the love, man, that you have for the sport, Jason.
I do, and I
You know,
love
uh,
teaching
and that's great.
being able to, if getting a text from a parent or the kid and like, hey, thank you, whatnot. I said,
Yeah.
hey, I appreciate that, but that's all your son. You know, I didn't swing the bat. Your son did it. And I had
And that
that.
means more than getting that monthly, right, fee that they have to pay for. You getting a call from, right, because you charge them monthly, am I correct? Or
Well, I charge them per lesson, or I do
okay.
a package, yeah,
Okay.
where I
I'm
do
sorry
it.
about that.
No, no, it's all. I mean,
That
some
I think
places do monthly stuff like that. My place isn't big enough, and it's like it's really it's private, and then I'll do teams or whatever. But
that is actually great, man. To get a call or a text from a parent
mhm.
thanking you, deeply from the bottom of their heart means more than currency.
Yeah, no, that is that. My
Absolutely.
wife, that is this is that's what it's about right there.
That's your purpose.
Mhm.
That is the purpose. You know, um, I don't know if you're a believer, Jason.
Mhm.
Are you?
A believer
Yes, sir. Yep.
in Lord Almighty, absolutely,
Amen. 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 Okay. Wow. All right.
absolutely.
Oh, you put a smile on my face now, Jason.
Mhm. Yeah,
All right. So you know what? Let me ask you this then.
yeah.
Now, okay. Okay. Now, there's many ways that uh well, there's many gods, right? Let's just say this, right? I think there's like over 4,500 different religions, correct?
I didn't know
According,
that. That's
yeah,
crazy.
according to stats or
Mhm.
to information, right? When I say believer, and when you say you're a believer, we're talking about the same God, right? Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, that's absolutely.
Okay. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself because I still have a few more questions if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
But for some reason, I have to ask you this, right? Because uh I just feel it, and I ask every guest on my show that
Mhm.
claims and that they're a believer and stuff like that, right? who is Jesus Christ to you?
Never really been asked this question, but it's,
It's the one, Jason.
yeah,
It's the one.
he's,
You know, and I'm sorry, I do want to say this, right?
yeah.
What you just said, right? What you just said to me that
Mhm.
I've never been asked this question is what is probably the same way you feel when you get a text in a phone call
Mhm.
from a parent. All that joy and all that
Mhm.
happiness and that's how I feel asking that question, right? And hearing I've never
Absolutely.
been asked that question.
No, no. I mean, I went to, I grew up Catholic, went to Catholic, junior high, went to Catholic high school, and you know, married my wife in a Catholic church. And but yeah, absolutely. I know that he looks over us. I know he gives us challenges, and I know there's things that, it just, he does things for us, to even sometimes for us to learn, sometimes for us to enjoy, the test. And I just, I mean, we owe everything to him. We really do.
You're here
I've been
because of
lucky with
him.
this ability to play at that highest level, and that's maybe I just don't take it for granted. And it gives me a chance that maybe his calling was, hey, you're going to go and you're going to teach other kids, and
That's
plus
right.
mentoring. I mentor them too. Especially the older guys. I get a chance to mentor, but no, I really believe that that was his path for me. Absolutely.
That's right, Jason. Just keep believing, I promise. And man, again, before I hit the record button, right? I
Mhm.
mean, kind of told you a little bit about myself.
Right.
I was a bad person. I was a bad man. And just to give you a quick one here, about 3 years ago, um, you know, so just picture this. Today, Jason weighs 150. The following day, Jason weighs 115. The next day, the day after the next, right? He
Hmm.
weighs 60 pounds. Now, the first thing is there's something wrong with me,
Hmm.
right? So that's exactly what happened to me, Jason, right? I lost 30 to 35 pounds in a week. And
Healthy. Oh.
yeah, at all. I'm listen, I was going through it, right? And mind you, before that, I got into an elevator accident. It dropped 6 flights. So I'm not even supposed to be here, right? That's first and foremost. A year after that, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. But check this out though, Jason, right? I get diagnosed. I'm like, wow, this sucks, right? Doctor's like, here, take some steroids. You're gonna be fine. I'm like, all right, whatever. I mean, let's
Hmm.
head on with treatment, right? The same day I get diagnosed, I'm in the shower and I get on my knees and I'm like, wow. I mean, I get it. I know I was a bad person. I know I was extremely I was horrible. But what do you want from me? Right? And I've always believed in God. Always. And like anyone else, I said, hey, what's going on here? Right? I need a solution fast. And sure enough, I said, hey, you know what? Scratch that. I said, if you're real, right, please reveal yourself to me, please, and help me. 2 weeks later, Jason, I go to the doctor, I go to the gastro,
Hmm.
and they did, obviously they did the endoscopy and the
Hmm.
what's the other one? Colonoscopy.
Yeah.
And I wake up and the doctor's right next to me. He's sitting right next to me. And I'm like, hey, doc, what's going on, Dr. Brown? I said, how you doing, Dr. Brown? He said, Mike, what did you do? Like, what do you mean? He said, you don't have it. I'm like, what do you mean I don't have it? What are you talking about? He said, your Crohn's went away.
Wow.
So I say that to say this, Jason, right? It's because of him that I no longer suffer from Crohn's. It was a short lived disease within me, right? It lasted about 2, 3 months. But due to the fact that I said, this is it, and I'm giving my life to you, you know what? You take full control. You're the driver. I'm the passenger now. It's the reason why I no longer suffer from Crohn's.
Wow.
And
What a
to be honest, Jason, this is the main reason why I started this podcast, besides me knowing all these athletes,
mhm.
because I want to be able to share my testimony and let them know who Jesus Christ is, right?
Awesome.
Yes, don't get me wrong. I joke around. I find ways to make my guests laugh. I've always been that way, a jokester. Anyone that knows me can tell you, hey, Jason, Mike is a jokester. I'm a clown and a half. That's me. But yeah, I feel like I just I had to say that. Again, I know we don't have enough time, but I do want to ask you two more questions if that's okay
Mhm.
with you, right? Um, you had an outstanding career at Miami, right?
Mhm.
Before turning pro. What was that transition like from college to the minors?
Ooh. So when I first got
It's a long story.
no, no, when I first got drafted, um, so at that time at a college, because I got drafted in June,
Yeah,
that there was already, they called it a short season that was already happening. So a lot of guys that get drafted, they would go to the short season team. And I go to this team and I'm the highest pick, meaning supposed to be the best player there. I freaking sucked. For 120 at bats, I bet you I had 12 hits of my first 120. I tell players now, I said, man, I would drag my bottom lip and my bat to the plate because I already felt like I had two strikes on before I got on the plate. And it just took a little while, and I just kind of kept going. I even had a teammate. He used to get so mad at me because I wouldn't show any emotion. Like I wouldn't get mad because like if he hit a line drive and got out, he's taking his helmet, firing it like a 3 year old. But it was just the kind of way he was, and it was awesome. But he would be on the bench and he's like, "What is wrong with you?" I said, "God, I don't know what's going on right here. I mean, this is not me. The way that this is going on, and the Phillies were sending all these hitting instructors down to try to figure out what the heck is going on, and no idea. And I just kind of kept going, and they kept putting me in there. And then my parents came up the last day they were there. I mean, my poor parents, I mean, they were just not saying anything to me. They didn't know what to say because I wasn't doing well. And then the last day I was there, I hit a grand slam as my first home run and just went on a tear. I don't know what it was. And I know that I look back at it, and if I had an organization, I would want all my guys to go through that kind of adversity because I
right.
want to see what kind of player that I have. Okay. I mean, and I just maybe it was a blessing in disguise that hey, I'm gonna smack you around a little bit right now. Let's see what you're made of.
Yeah, it was
And
part of the plan.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Part of the plan, and just kind of went from there, and it's kind of went on a tear and just kind of kept going up in the ladder. So um yeah, it took me a little bit, and maybe it's because I didn't use the wooden bat as much, maybe in college. But who knows? I have no idea other than I made some adjustments and I made some good adjustments. So that's about it.
I just want to throw this in there, right? And I'm sorry about that. What kind of bats you use
In where
at your location?
oh, so I try to get a lot of my younger kids. When I say younger kids, I would say probably 13 and above to use wooden bats. Wooden
Okay,
bats are a different, even though they're all aluminum is what they use in the game, but the wooden bats it's a different balance of the bat, and it's a smaller sweet spot. and it gives you instant feedback, just like the aluminum does, or whatever these bats are. I think they're aluminum, but
I have a friend who was an ex Air Force, or, yeah, military. I think it was Air Force, if I'm not mistaken. Shout out to you, Juan. Um, he makes bats, and they're called his name is Juan Barret, Baret,
okay.
and the name of the bats are called Barret bats, right?
Mhm.
I think he works with a couple of colleges, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm gonna get in contact with him to see if he can send you some bats.
Yeah,
Maybe you could just
absolutely.
try them out. Try them out,
Absolutely.
see if you
And
like them.
because I want my clients to use them. I do. I'm like we can get away with. I'm not worried about the aluminum. I want them to get used to the wood. It makes it easier to go back to the aluminum. But
Yeah, he
no, I'd
has a
love to
couple
have
of
his
colleges
information.
using
I
them now.
appreciate that. Yeah,
He has a
absolutely.
couple of colleges. I'll send you his page through Instagram, but he has a couple of colleges. I just don't want to mention the wrong ones, right?
Right.
Um, but yeah, he makes his own bats. He has like
I don't know if you've ever seen that process, but it's pretty freaking cool.
oh
How
yeah, oh
you
yeah.
know it really
You'll
is.
see it. You'll see it once I send you his page. He makes them himself. Like he's all in, right? Super cool. And he's actually out here in New York now, so
Yeah.
yeah, I can maybe we go see him and ship him out to you, right? No problem. I just want you to try him out, see if you like him, and we go from there. I don't know. I mean, just so you could try him out. Now, my last question, right, Jason? And I thank you so much for taking time off your day, right? Your busy schedule. I get it. And I thank you so much. If you had one advice to give the world, what would it be?
One advice to give the world.
If you was on a megaphone right now, and they were all waiting to listen to Jason Michaels right now at this very moment, what would you say?
I mean, there's a lot of things going through my head right now. I learned a lot in baseball, a lot of life lessons through baseball.
That's right.
And I think it helped me out to prepare for regular life
The world, yeah.
because because the world's tough. And I talked to my oldest, she's 15, and I said, it's a complete different animal out there.
Yep.
So you're going to get your butt kicked, and you got to keep going. You got to keep going, learn from your mistakes, and keep going. You know, respect everybody until they give you a reason not to respect them. And um, I don't know. Like I think I'm more optimistic. Maybe baseball made that with me, and I know my wife is like, trust people too much. I said, I probably do. I look for the good in people, and maybe it was because of my job where I failed more than I was successful, that I had to be optimistic in order to keep me sane a little bit.
That's right. Yeah. Makes
And I
sense.
told my wife, I said, I love that side of you, that skeptical side. That helps me, and I need that from you. And I think that has helped me as well. So that's what I would say, is that, life is tough, man. It just, the older you get, the more stuff happens and you don't understand, and just keep going. Keep going. I mean, it's the only thing I don't know if I really said that right for you, but
No, that's great.
I'm trying to say persevere.
There you
Um,
go.
you're gonna get a lot of shit thrown at you.
You spoke about consistency, so stay consistent. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. For sure. It'll get you a long way, man.
Mhm.
It'll definitely open up doors for you, no
Yeah,
matter what you're doing, right?
absolutely.
Any 9 to 5 job or any goals you have, just stay consistent.
Hmm.
That's first and foremost, right? And believe in yourself, right? Believe in the
Yes.
Lord, believe in
That
Jesus,
that right
believe in
there.
God, believe in
Believe.
yourself. Yep.
You said it right. Believe in yourself, and believe in your God, I guess. But I would, for me and for us, Jesus Christ, absolutely, I believe. And
Check this out, Jason. I'm gonna leave you with this one last verse. Matthew 6:33 says, "Seek the kingdom of God and everything else shall be added on to you. And then 634, the one right
Mhm.
after says, don't worry about tomorrow because tomorrow will worry about itself.
That's right.
So in those two verses,
Wow. Yeah.
man, it says a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that.
Jason, I thank you so much. Can you tell the people once again what's the name of your facility and when and where to find it?
Yeah, so I'm down here in Tampa, Florida. The name of my website, or the name of my company is The Big League Approach. My website, the www.thebigleagueapproach. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook at The Big League Approach. I do have videos on there for some of you young
Oh yeah.
hitters. And I do virtual lessons as well. And I do them with some of
Oof,
my pro
nice.
guys and some of my college guys, and if I can get eyes on you as a player, I can help.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
And I bring a lot more the mental side, which is nobody ever works on. And this is the most important side. There's a lot of guys have talent, but they can't put it together. It's going to be a waste.
Isn't it 95% mental and 5% physical?
It really is. I mean, honestly, and I always thought that it was going to be switched when I
The
was
other way
younger.
around.
But now that I'm in this and I've been doing these lessons for, private lessons for 10 years, I'm like, all these kids can play. And I mean, I tell these kids, they come in, I say, I don't need to see your swing. I know you can hit. Do you know you can hit? Bottom line,
Oof.
you got to believe in yourself.
Wow.
You got to believe in more than your parents or your coaches or your teammates. And you get tested every single time you get on that field. So that just goes, I mean, there's just a lot to go into that. And that's how I can help, these young players. And it doesn't matter what age, I can help all the way through the big leagues.
There you go, guys. You heard it first.
Yeah. Thank you.
Please go follow the Big League Approach.
Mhm.
Go spam the Big League Approach, man. Just hit them with comments, likes, you name it, man. Do it for me, y'all. Do it for me.
I appreciate
Jason,
it. Thank you.
again, thank you so much for taking time. Taking what about an hour, let's just say. You took an hour out of your day to come chill
Oh,
with Mike and
I,
hang out
I,
with.
I really enjoy talking about the game, meeting new people and,
Absolutely. I will
you know,
shoot you my number as well.
sounds good. Yeah,
If whenever you need to talk to someone, Jason, I'm here.
you
I'm
got
here.
that.
You have a friend now, you
Thank
know.
you.
And this is why everyone just gravitates towards me, man. This is just me, Jason. I'm telling you. I speak to these pro athletes every single day. More than my wife, actually. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate you. God
You got
bless you. God bless you and your family. I see you
you
on the
too.
next one. Thank you.
You, Mike. Thank you.